Okay, let's go. So, gamers caught cheating, part 1 to part 5. All of them. We already saw part 6, so yeah, we're not going to watch that. Let's go.
Just like regular sports, the world of esports is full of cheaters. And with the rise of online gaming tournaments and streaming platforms like Twitch, some gamers exploit these cheats to help them score a quick win. But it takes just
Yeah.
one wrong click to completely expose them and bring their little gaming empires to their knees. So, let's take a look at some hackers, liars, and dim-witted cheaters who got caught on camera trying to play the system.
I kind of hate those guys. Like, we play games for fun. Like I also said that in last stream. We play games for fun, right? But you guys make it worse. Like, you guys don't play it for fun. You guys play it for like fame or something else. Game
Miscue
is for
Gemini.
fun, bro.
Now, cheating in video games isn't a crime, but the way streamer Miscue Gemini tried to cover up her blatant cheating absolutely was. This young, ambitious gamer regularly
Wait. Think... Yeah, I knew it.
streamed herself playing the ferociously competitive Counter-Strike Global Offensive, or
Okay.
CSGO for short, which is an online multiplayer first-person shooter game. However, back in 2017, she started her stream with a huge rant about how she'd been unfairly accused of cheating.
You know what's really sad? That sometimes, because I'm female in Counter-Strike, people are like, you're cheating!
Way to tell off those pesky trolls. But then, during the game's warm-up phase, she seemed to forget that the whole world could see her screen, and she brought up a cheat software menu. After hitting the load coding button, all of her rivals' ranks and locations suddenly began appearing through the walls. For those of you who don't play CSGO, I can tell you now, this ain't normal. It's called a wall hack, which
Yeah.
allows players to locate
I guess I played CSGO long time ago, and it's only just for like 30 minutes, I guess. Yeah, it might be 30 minutes. Like, to make a content on my old channel, like where I used to post videos in my own language. So yeah.
their opponents through solid objects in the game's arena. Hacks like this are a sneaky way of gaining the upper hand in multiplayer shooter games, and Miscue Gemini's viewers were quick to pick up on it. But blissfully unaware she'd been caught, she continued to play and, even worse, lose. And it's at that point she finally
No way, bro. She lose. She uses hack and she lose.
realized, and even worse, lose. And it's at that point she
Bro.
finally realized what she'd done, as you can see from her facial expressions.
Not the background music, bro.
After
I
being
mean the noises.
caught red-handed, you'd think
Sound
this
wave,
would be
you
the
know?
time to fess up, right? Well, take a listen to the cringy
Sound
excuses
effects.
that start falling out of her mouth.
You guys, do you guys ever get that, that weird glitch in CS:GO where it shows your rank, that it shows everyone's rank? Clara, give me 1 second. Clara.
W actors. W actors. Even the real actors gonna fail
Let me just
in
message
front
this
of her.
girl. Give me 1 second. She promised me she didn't use it on my PC. I'm fucking done. This is what happens when you let people use your PC. Can't trust them. Alright, that's nice to know.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't Clara that we watched load the cheat code at the beginning of this game. After that, Miscue Gemini guiltily abandoned the match, and her CSGO account was eventually slapped with an anti-cheat ban. But following massive backlash from the streaming community, her Twitch account also disappeared soon after, along with any chance she ever had of making it as a pro gamer. Maybe she should have tried playing a game where you don't need to cheat to win. Like this video's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends.
Sponsor.
You
Sponsor.
just have a moving on.
Sponsor.
Safe to say, no player has ever been more humiliated than Nikhil Forsaken Kumawat. During the Extremes Land Zowie Asia tournament in 2018,
In tournament.
Forsaken was competing as part of
From India. Okay.
the pro esports team Optic
Our neighbor
India.
country.
They'd entered into the top-tier CSGO tournament, which had a hefty prize pool of $100,000. But as Forsaken was playing, someone reported him for suspicious activity, and an administrator was called in. At first, Forsaken boldly refused the admin access to his terminal, but after they asserted their position, they probed into his setup and discovered a suspicious program running in the background. When it was pointed out, Forsaken unbelievably batted their hands away and tried to delete it in front of their eyes. Stunned, the administrators
God.
disqualified Forsaken on the spot, and the entire Optic India team was booted from the event. When they finally got
Oh my god. He did not just embarrass himself, he embarrassed his whole country, bro.
a good look at Forsaken's terminal, they discovered the illegal aimbots he'd been desperately trying to delete. These are hacks that provide easier target acquisition for players and are expressly prohibited by CSGO. But what made it worse was that they'd been accessed multiple times, meaning he'd cheated in many different matches in order to get his hands on that prize money. Appalled by his actions, Forsaken was handed a full 5-year ban from the Esports Integrity Coalition. The pro player was also booted from his team, but in the overwhelmingly embarrassing aftermath, Optic India was dissolved altogether. Now, even if your aim is as bad as Forsaken's, you don't need an aimbot to hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. Go ahead, prove that you're better than that cheater ever will be. Now, where were we? Tavo Betancourt. Have you ever heard of speedrunning before? It's where players record themselves racing to complete levels or entire games as fast as humanly possible. And some of these times are so fast, they're only separated by the split second of a button push. It's not the most well-known style of gameplay, but because the community is made up of passionate nerds like me, speedrunning is a serious business. And that's why YouTuber Tavo Betancourt came under heavy fire when Mexican channel Badabun uploaded his insanely fast Super Mario Bros. Speedrun back in 2017. He effortlessly sailed through the entire game, completing it in a respectable 5 minutes and 12 seconds. While this run earned him plenty of online views, the speedrunning community spotted some serious problems. For a start, even though the attempt was just 5 minutes long, Tavo took the time to guzzle down Coke and pizza as he was playing. Surely, if he were taking this seriously, he could have waited 5 minutes to have his dinner, right? Secondly, the game's counters suspiciously didn't match what was happening in the footage. Like here, where Tavo collects 11 coins, but the counter curiously increases by 12. It was clear that Tavo had stolen someone's speedrun footage and mashed it with a different counter so that it wasn't too obvious he'd stolen it. But this minor mistake didn't escape the attention of real speedrunners. They tracked down the original footage and revealed that it had been brazenly stolen from world record speedrunner Darbian. And when the community found out, Tavo was crucified online. He later admitted what he'd done and apologized, claiming it was just part of a social experiment. Lame excuses aside, it's pretty clear that this was just done for clout, seeing how, despite his apology, his run is still up on Badabun's channel. Although now, I reckon it'll take more than video splicing for Tavo to outrun his ruined reputation. Superfast Jellyfish. The impossibly precise button presses and muscle memory required for speedrunning are insanely difficult to master, which is why blindfolded speedrunning is even more.
When you saw a blindfold streaming, speedrun, it's completely fake.
Or mind-blowing. Just using audio
like
cues
not all of them, not all of them, but some of them, like the cheaters, what I'm trying to say.
Their memory, players complete games as quickly as possible without once looking at their screens. Considering most people couldn't even get past a start menu blindfolded, this is some god-tier game. People couldn't even
this one, it's GTA Vice City.
Get past a start menu blindfolded.
This is the first ever GTA in my life I have ever played, like for the first time, first ever GTA I have played when I was like Might be 6 or 7, I guess. Yeah, 6 or 7 years old. Then
People couldn't even get past a start menu blindfolded. This is some god tier gaming. So when unknown gamer Superfast Jellyfish live streamed his blindfolded speedrun of Super Mario 64 in just 42 minutes, the speedrunning community was stunned. But not in a good way. For a start, there are only 3 certified blindfolded streamers who have submitted their times into this category, ranging from 24 minutes to 1 hour and 58 minutes. This would
2
have put
hours.
Superfast Jellyfish in 3rd, even though he claimed he'd only ever done 3 blindfolded speedruns before. But compared to his competitors, Superfast Jellyfish's gameplay was suspicious. He left audio alerts on, which are hugely distracting and can mess up a real blindfolded speedrunner's timing.
Thank you for the follow. I fell off. I can tell I fell off.
This is your second blindfolded run, isn't it?
Technically this is my 3rd.
Unfazed by this,
Okay.
he then talked continuously through sections that real blindfolded speedrunners know requires careful attention to audio details.
Did I check for saves? No, because I don't save the game.
These were huge
Wait.
red flags for the
Okay.
speedrunning community, and they called out Superfast Jellyfish for cheating by using a blindfold he could see through. Clearly caught out, Superfast Jellyfish eventually came clean. Well, kinda.
What you may not know is that that speedrun was purposely fake. It was purposely fake.
Instead of a proper apology, he tried
Bro.
to save face by claiming he purposefully faked the speedrun. And yet, he only admitted this after he was exposed? Yeah, that's called cheating, but better luck next time. Joshua
Don't do
Altenil
cheating, bro.
Kriegshauser. Game developers often stream games they're working on as an awesome way of interacting with the game's community, but these developers usually have special abilities other players don't, which can look like cheats, as Joshua Altenil Kriegshauser awkwardly discovered back in 2017. The technical director of the Battle Royale game H1Z1 decided to stream the match he was playing with his friends on Twitch, but when he blasted through a rival group of players, their reactions shocked him.
okay.
Cheating, really, dude? You're cheating?
A dev cheating.
Wait, can you not see him?
You can't see me?
Yes. Oh, he is, I mean.
Oh my god, am I hidden?
Ooh, cheating like that definitely isn't a good look for a developer. Although it seems like he genuinely forgotten to turn off his special cloak of invisibility. Either that, or he just really wanted to show those 12-year-olds who was boss. Azubu Frost.
I don't think it's like intentional or something. Like he must have forgot. Like he's a developer, bro. So he must have forgot to, close that. Disable that option. So
With over
Might
100
be.
million monthly players, League of Legends is one of the largest online multiplayer games in the world. For
Yes.
those who don't know it, it involves 2 teams battling it out to occupy and defend their half of a map. And to do this, players have to strategically attack or hide from the other team. But professional esports team Azubu Frost found an inventive way around this back in 2012. During the Season 2 World Championships, Azubu Frost faced off against Team Solo Mid. From the get-go, the match was plagued by technical issues which caused multiple pauses. But during these pauses, members of Team Azubu Frost sneakily checked out the mini-map that was being broadcast on the huge stadium screen behind them.
Oh,
This
no.
allowed them to see exactly where the other team was heading and what they were planning. Team Captain Woong in particular looked back at the screen on a number of occasions before recklessly altering his gameplay. Azubu Frost won the round, but an investigation by League of Legends developer Riot Games later determined that Woong clearly gained an unfair advantage by looking at the screens. He also shared the information with his team, which led them to certain victory. For this unsportsmanlike behavior, Azubu
They're
Frost was
disqualified.
fined 20% of their tournament winnings, costing them a grand total of $30,000.
Okay.
Ooh, right in the wallet. Mr. Golds. Some streamers play games in a way that can really divide an audience, like Mr. Golds, for example. At his peak, his Twitch streams boasted a respectable average of 2,000 live viewers, where he routinely bragged about how good he was at Call of Duty Warzone. But during a stream from August 2020, one of his viewers noticed something strange on his
Oh no, it's a hacking panel.
screen. Can you see what their cursor is pointing out?
Have you ever seen anyone playing like me? Like seriously?
Yeah.
While
Yep.
Mr. Golds was shamelessly bragging about how he's so good that he doesn't need to cheat, he had the cheating software Engine Owning running in the background. Engine Owning is an app that freely admits it sells cheat software for many games, including Call of Duty, like their Aim at Enemies hack, which Mr. Golds clearly had set to on in the background.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
We got him.
After he was rightfully exposed, Mr. Golds' channel received temporary suspension as Twitch's
Not temporary, bro. It should have permanent.
guidelines ban the streaming of cheats in any online games. Although his channel is now back up, this cheater hasn't recovered enough dignity to show his face on the platform since. FaZe Jarvis. Just about
Jarvis.
every
Jarvis.
fan of the Battle Royale game Fortnite knows the name FaZe Jarvis, but not necessarily in a good way. This British YouTuber and gamer rose to fame when he joined the mega-popular esports group the FaZe Clan in 2019. He'd been uploading his Fortnite gameplay to YouTube since 2018, with many of his videos garnering millions of views each. His channel was made up almost exclusively of Fortnite gameplay, but then in 2019, he made an unfathomably dumb decision. He uploaded a video where he openly claimed to be using an aimbot.
Because I've got the hack open and stuff, it's making my Streamlabs like lag, so I can't do that. You won't be able to see on the recording that I've got the mod, but just so you guys know I do. This is what happens. Look, aimbot FOV, aimbot FOV. Like, I don't know what half this stuff means, but it's actually about to be lit. We're about to pop off. See you. Mate, how's it not hitting anyone?
What?
I got aimbot.
Look at this. Look at this.
While the hilariously controversial video made him some sweet YouTube money, Fortnite's developers Epic Games didn't see the funny side of it. They have a zero-tolerance policy to any kind of cheating, let alone bragging about it to millions of people online. Without missing a beat, Epic Games brought down the hammer and immediately banned Jarvis's account. But the ban wasn't just for a month or even 2, but for life. And this didn't mean he was only banned from the community. He was also prohibited from participating in all future Fortnite gaming events.
Oh
what
my.
a staggering self-own. In true YouTube style, Jarvis released a tearful apology video admitting his infractions and accepting Epic Games' decision.
I'm truly like so sorry. Epic, I know I have to take accountability for my actions, and you know I'm gonna do my best to accept any punishment that like comes my way, whatever happens. I'm not trying to find like a quick road out, but like being banned forever is just like thinking about a lifetime ban is just I didn't expect this would happen.
Even with all those tears, his account remains banned almost 2 years on. Well, it's pretty clear that when it comes to cheating, Epic Games definitely doesn't play around. Zacubus. In the UK, there's one gamer who's known for his dapper skills as well as his dapper styles. David Zacubus Tracy is a tie-wearing, shirt-sporting Twitch streamer who's been gaming professionally for more than 17 years. But even with all that experience and style behind him, it didn't stop him from cheating at the DreamHack Gaming Convention back in 2018. He was caught teaming in Fortnite, which is where a player talks to and works with rival players instead of taking them out in-game. Although just about every Fortnite player does it, streaming it from Europe's largest gaming convention wasn't Zacubus's brightest idea.
Ban?
What?
Yeah, ban.
Well, if you're going to stream to thousands of people at a high-profile event, you should probably stick to the rules, no matter how suave you look. Johnny K. Now, just about anyone can cheat in Fortnite, but it takes seriously huge kahunas to cheat during the Fortnite World Cup. Considering the prize pool is around $100 million,
Holy!
it's no wonder people are tempted to turn to illicit means of winning. But for professional player Jonathan Johnny K. Kosmala of Team Caliber, the overwhelming temptation to cheat got the better of him. In 2019, this player was exposed online after his Discord messages with a well-known cheat seller were made public. You can see Johnny K, named here as Big Boy, was trying to purchase an ESP cheat. This is a hack that allows a player to see the locations of all of their enemies, even if there are walls or terrain in the way. After downloading it, Johnny K started a call with the seller, who walked him through the process of installing it. But unfortunately for Johnny K, the seller recorded their entire call.
Where did it download to? Oh, you didn't even... This one?
Yeah, that one. That's the deal you're gonna need.
Initially, it all seemed to be running smoothly. He logged into his official account with the cheat software running, and the game loaded without issue. But all of a sudden, his account was flagged by Fortnite's anti-cheat software, and he was immediately booted from the game for cheating. And to really rub salt in the wound, the seller then released their entire call for the world to see. After being so thoroughly exposed, Team Caliber wasted no time booting the cheater out of their team and cut all ties with him. Well, as bad as it looks, I don't reckon Johnny K's fall from grace hurt too much. After all, his massive kahunas probably broke his fall. Marky Locuras. Even though Fortnite is one of the biggest video games in the world, it still suffers from its fair share of bugs. While exploiting these bugs is generally frowned upon, abusing them in professional matches or tournaments is obviously a dumb move. But not obvious enough for pro Fortnite player Marky Locuras. During the 2019 ESL Katowice Royale Fortnite tournament, which had a grand prize of $500,000, the professional Team Heretic player was reduced to 0 hit points, but thanks to a bug, he wasn't eliminated, and quickly discovered he could keep playing. Now, he should have
It's not that unlimited health hack or something.
Instead, he exploited the bug and waited to be revived by his teammates. But when his teammates asked him what had happened, he did this. So it's clear he knew he'd done something wrong, but he was trying to avoid being detected. Eventually, the admin spotted what he'd done and asked him to leave. But unbelievably, Marky refused.
But give me a reason. I need a reason.
After stalling for as long as he could, he was finally convinced to leave his terminal and was disqualified from the tournament. But this incident sparked a huge debate online. Technically, it was a glitch, so it wasn't like Marky had purposefully engineered the cheat, but being a pro player, he really should have known better than to try and exploit it. Ultimately, he didn't face any kind of punishment aside from being disqualified. Even if you don't play Fortnite, do you think that judgment was fair? Let me know down in the comments.
Well, he's not using hacks,
Shroud.
you know, so
Like Fortnite, PlayerUnknown's Battleground,
still hiding it's a crime, so.
or PUBG for short, is a battle royale style game that has a huge problem with hackers. Since it was released in 2017, most of the cheats used in this game revolve around improving a player's accuracy or speed. But there's one cheat that's so hilariously dumb, even famous streamer Michael Shroud Grzizek simply couldn't resist getting involved with it. With more than 9 million followers on Twitch, this professional streamer racks up tens of thousands of views per stream. And this meant there were plenty of witnesses when he joined in with the hijinks of this group of hackers back in 2018.
The car is flying.
What the hell?
Just like in the real world, cars in PUBG aren't meant to fly like that. But Shroud couldn't resist the offer of a free ride.
Shit, can you take me to the zone real quick?
Yeah.
No.
Actually sell these cheats for a living.
Wait, don't.
Unfortunately, after this, Shroud hit a dead end. Like Fortnite, PUBG has a very strict no cheating policy that it enforces indiscriminately, and the ban hammer came down on Shroud's account for a whole month. He later apologized and admitted he knew what he was doing, but that he just wanted to have a little fun. I mean, it's hard to blame him. After all, if someone offered you the chance to ride in a flying car, it'd be pretty hard to turn down, right? Chuck. The NBA 2K21 community is an extremely competitive group of players who take any hint of cheating very seriously, as professional player and YouTuber Chuck found out back in 2020. This was when rival player T-Jack critiqued his gameplay and called him out online for using a modified controller.
What? I'm not defending him, but he doesn't. The Zen start in the center. It doesn't matter. You can do it without it, bro. Let's watch. Shoot a fade.
If you don't play NBA 2K21, like me, that explanation probably flew right over your head. So let me break it down. You may be thinking that a modified controller has levers and buttons designed to make quicker and easier button hits, but they don't always look that obvious. Controllers like the Cronus Zen, for example, can run software like aimbots, which makes scoring hoops in the game much easier. And this is something that T-Jack aggressively accused Chalk of doing.
Why does his bar not move in this game? His bar does not move. Hold on. It looks like let's look at this. Why does his bar not move?
When you gotta aim.
But Chalk wasn't taking this lying down. He uploaded a video showing every single button press he made on his controller to prove he wasn't cheating.
Nothing changed. You guys have seen my controller the entire time. And I'm playing uncomfortable because I gotta have my hands so high. Nothing changes, bro. Literally nothing changes. I'm shooting with X and I'm still greening. What's the next one? Green. You see it, bro. Nothing's changing. You see it.
However, this gaming community was already in full witch hunt mode. Despite Chalk's proof, more and more accusations began flooding Chalk's chats. Eventually, the pressure became too much for him to handle, and Chalk broke down live on one of his streams.
See it, man. You don't see that these dudes sit in group chat and comment on me every
While there's no way to really tell whether or not Chalk was using a modified controller, the NBA 2K21 community still seems pretty divided. So what do you think? Did Chalk cheat, or is he just being dunked on for being really good at this game? Let me know down in the comments.
Don't know. It's I don't know, bro. It's a bit confusing, you know.
Hosty. Hearthstone is an incredibly popular digital strategy card game which has close to 24 million active players around the world. And unlike a regular game of cards, you can't cheat by peeking over your opponent's shoulder. But back in 2015, during the Hearthstone Pinnacle 2 tournament, pro player
Bro, why everyone cheats in tournaments?
Raphael Hosty Santilli found a way around this. As part of the professional esports team Arkan, Hosty was one of just 6 players invited to compete in the tournament, which had a prize pool of $5,000. His match with Team Nihilim's Adrian life coach Koi was live streamed for all the world to see. But partway through, viewers suddenly noticed something strange in Hosty's background.
That's a bit surprising to me.
That's surprising to me too.
Embarrassingly, Hosty's setup was being reflected in the picture frame behind him, showing he was looking at 2 separate monitors, and one of them had the tournament live stream on it, meaning Hosty had a full view of life coach's hand. This is what's known as stream sniping, and it's the digital version of peeking at your opponent's cards. Allegations immediately flooded the internet, and in a matter of hours, Team Arkan dropped Hosty from their roster like a hot cheating potato. Hosty later admitted to having the stream up on the second monitor, but argued that because the stream was on a 10-minute delay, it didn't help him gain an advantage. Considering he lost to life coach, that kinda adds up. But if Hosty was trying to cheat, this was a hilariously terrible attempt. XQC. Felix XQC Lengyel is one of Twitch's most popular streamers with a follower count of over 8 million. Streaming multiple times a week, often for more than 24 hours, it's hardly surprising that weird and hilarious stuff is often captured on his camera. But back in December 2020, he had some serious explaining to do when this slip-up happened live on stream.
What the f was that?
Did you see that?
No.
Well, if I
What?
enhance that fifth file from the
Cheats.
left,
Oh.
can you see it now? That, my friends, is a big file labeled cheats. Admittedly, it's completely empty, but why would XQC have had it in the first place? And considering how much he panicked when that window opened, he didn't exactly seem innocent, but he had an explanation ready.
And your randomizer, there's something called cheats, and those cheats are like to make the game different. Like, if you're doing a certain run, you have to use a cheat folder.
So, he needed it to change the difficulty of his Pokemon games. As legitimate as he makes it sound, using any kind of cheats or hacks in games is against Twitch's community guidelines.
Yep.
Despite this smoking gun, Twitch didn't take any action, even though he'd been caught cheating less than a month before. This happened when, during GlitchCon's Twitch Rivals Fall Guys tournament, XQC decided to target other players taking part in this Battle Royale platform game. He singled them out by stream sniping and then sabotaged their attempts to win. But what's worse is that he didn't even make the effort to hide that he was watching his opponent's streams.
Okay.
That is
with the stream snipe?
dude.
Who got fed? Who got fed?
With his opponent
But he's a famous streamer, you know, so why would
in his
why
sights,
would he
you
do
can
that?
see his eyes darting to and from his rival's stream as he plays, so he knows when and where to sabotage him.
I'm gonna put you in emo only mode.
This is a bad idea, bro. I don't think he realizes how big of a mistake he's
Who's
doing.
that? Who's that? Who's that?
Yo!
Kube, you're up, right?
Look at him all tapping, he's looking!
Unfortunately for XQC, stream sniping directly violates Twitch's code of conduct. They slapped him with a 6-month ban from future Twitch Rivals events, forced him to forfeit his GlitchCon winnings, and suspended him from the platform for 7 days. Maybe he should have stuck with Pokemon.
Yeah.
Do you know of any other streamers or gamers who have been caught cheating live on camera?
Yeah, we're watching another one. Let's go. Part 2. Part 2, guys. Part 2.
If you've played any online multiplayer games lately, you'll know that cheaters are a big problem. Some cheaters install hacks to make the game easier for them, or just to ruin it for everyone else. But others think they're so smart, they live stream games with these cheats secretly on, pretending to be good just to gain an audience. Though, all it takes is one wrong button press to reveal what they're really up to.
Yep.
With that said, let's take a look at even more streamers and gamers who were caught cheating. Icy Vixen and Bearded Banger. Call of Duty is one of the biggest and most competitive online multiplayer
Wait, did you watch
games
this
with
one
over
before?
5,000
Wait.
followers by hosting them on
Wait.
our channel.
Oh my god, my internet. My fucking internet, bro.
But one day, while she was hosting a streamer called Icy Vixen to thousands of her followers, she noticed that this girl was playing, well, too well.
Who are
Oh
you
my-
loyal to?
Bro.
Did you see that?
No. Oh my god, bro, my internet.
Did you see that? The millisecond she came over the hill,
Yeah,
she
we
hit a
saw this one before, so we're gonna skip this one. We already watched part 2, like before. Now part 3.
There are
Let's go.
losers, there are idiots, and then there are people who use cheats in video games. And you know who's even worse than them? The cheaters who stream their games, pretending they're
already-
these
we
idiots
also
who
watched
duty
this
to
one.
Guitar Hero, and even chess. Yep.
Yeah, we also
Accused,
watched this one.
Caught, or
Oh my god, you already saw every single of them. Every single videos.
If there's a video game out there, no matter
Bro, oh my god.
If there's a video game out there, no matter how small or obscure it is, you can bet someone has found a way to make cheats for it. While this is a scourge plaguing big online multiplayer games in particular, using cheats has become a surefire way to gain an audience on live streaming sites. All you have to do is figure out what cheat you want to use, pretend you have godlike skills, and watch as paying viewers come flooding in. But if you make a mistake, you're exposed for the entire world to see. And the internet is not kind to cheaters. With that said, let's dive into even more streamers and gamers embarrassingly exposed for cheating. Perplex. Call of Duty is one of the best-selling video game franchises on the planet. But it's
I
also
hope I
home to
did not
hundreds
watch
of
this video
thousands of
before. I
cheaters
hope.
who plague the servers
Oh,
every
Loki.
day. Now, you'd expect these to all be pathetic preteens desperate to fit in with better players. But controversially, some of the ones who use the cheats are the better players, as Perplex proved back in April 2022. Ranked as the number 2 player in Call of Duty Vanguard, Perplex was streaming his game on Twitch when, all of a sudden, this happened.
I picked up a fucking pistol, bro. Damn, I'm shit on that kid, cutie. Yo, caught it. Damn, why does my game always crash and shit?
Did you catch that?
Mhm.
Let's rewind. Don't blink or you might miss it. There.
Oh.
Those telltale red boxes.
Wall hacks.
Yeah, sorry man, that glitch just revealed that you were definitely using wall hacks. Wall hacks, or ESP hacks, allow players to locate their opponents through things like terrain and walls, giving them a hugely unfair advantage. Now, I'd have expected this kind of basic hack from an unseasoned 10-year-old, but Vanguard's second best player? In a desperate attempt to save face, Perplex apologized. Best player? In a desperate attempt to save face, Perplex apologized profusely to the community and claimed he'd only recently downloaded the cheats to get camo skins for his gun. And yet the entire world saw he was actively using the wall hacks. I mean, we're not being stupid. I can play this clip as many times as we need to. Those are wall hacks, skins or no skins. He attached screen grabs to his apology of the cheats he downloaded to prove he hadn't been using them long, but his audience weren't buying it. He was swiftly banned from Call of Duty and Twitch, and, in a move synonymous with cheaters that have been caught, deleted his social media accounts. Well, he might be gone, but it makes you wonder, if Vanguard's number 2 was cheating, what does that tell you about number 1?
Number 1.
Mr. Pixel.
Mr. Pixel.
The only thing more satisfying than a cheater getting exposed is a cheater accidentally exposing themselves. Case in point, let's take a look at the French streamer Mr. Pixel. Streaming his games on Twitch and Facebook to more than 12,000 followers, he came under fire in 2020 for some of his suspicious gameplay in Call of Duty. People found multiple accounts of his, some with low kill-to-death averages of 2.6, while others were as high as 25. That didn't make sense. So, during one stream from 2020 where he showed his viewers a camera shot of his entire setup, one follower innocuously asked him to hit his insert button. He did, but nothing happened. But as he switched back to his regular streaming view, the viewer clarified he wanted him to hit another button as well. And that's when it all kicked off.
Okay.
Oh,
Cheats.
that was smart. The viewer tricked him into hitting a keyboard shortcut that brought up any hidden programs he was using. And right there, for a split second, our old friend Engine Owning flashed up on his screen. Engine Owning is a cheat subscription service offering multiple, lazy little hacks like wall hacks and aimbots, the latter of which Mr. Pixel had,
using hacks,
unsurprisingly, set to on. Suddenly, that 25 kill-to-death ratio makes much more sense.
Yeah.
He tried his best to play on and explain it was just a glitch. Despite that being the worst excuse since Clara, Mr. Pixel still streams on Twitch to this day under the new alias of Tauntaun Pixel. Doesn't matter how many times you change your name, bud, won't change the fact you got caught. Kenji.
Kenji.
Hey, you know the only thing that's better than watching a wannabe big league streamer exposing their own cheats on the live stream is? A semi-pro doing the exact same thing. Back in March 2022, Kenji, a Call of Duty Vanguard competitive player, was accused of using cheats in a 2v2 match. He appeared to be using wall hacks to locate his opponents, giving him a hugely unfair advantage. Kenji wasted no time trying to clear his name of the allegations, and so set up a monitor cam to prove to the world that his godlike locator abilities were all natural. But during the 2022 Checkmate gaming competition, this didn't work in his favor. See those yellow boxes on his screen, highlighting his opponent's locations? Yeah,
I didn't
that's a
notice it
textbook
first.
wall hack. I mean, the idiot streamed himself using hacks while trying to prove he wasn't using hacks. Man, the sheer lack of brain cells involved in this is just spectacular. Kenji clearly forgot the world could see him and slipped back into his old habits of using wall hacks to pretend he was good. He was immediately booted from Checkmate Gaming and quickly nuked his streaming accounts, along with all his social media. At least he remembered how to turn those off. Hopefully you won't need any wall hacks to see those like and subscribe buttons down below. Hit them up if you want to see more from this series. All done? Great. Now what have we got next? Davscar.
Okay.
Back in July 2021, Twitch Rivals kicked off, putting European streamers against one another in Call of Duty Warzone lobbies for a shot at a $75,000 prize pool. But once the game started, viewers noticed something unusual about the play of a Czech Twitch partner by the name of Davscar.
Počkej mě. Jsem od tebe 20 metrů, nebo 50.
Jo, za mnou.
Jo, viděl jsem. Poběž. Knock.
Wait. Was it through the wall? Yeah, it's through the wall.
Knock.
Tady.
Knock.
Mám málo. Dozad. Ještě dozad tam.
That was through the wall, right? Right, guys?
Knock.
Notice how Davscar here keeps a perfect lock on each enemy's head, even as his crosshairs pass through solid objects? Yeah, that ain't right. Not to mention all the precise headshots he used to eliminate an entire team. In an attempt to prove his innocence, Davscar turned his camera toward his desktop to show his hands and screen. It seems he took this opportunity to turn off any hacks he had on, which became very clear very quickly.
Okay.
Suddenly, unable to aim through walls, he was eliminated pretty much immediately. How embarrassing. But the community wasn't done there. They went digging and found Davscar had multiple accounts, and the one he was using to compete in the tournament with had an utterly insane headshot rate of 66%.
Holy!
For contrast, the top-ranked players in all of Warzone sit around 20%. If it wasn't clear he was using an aimbot before, it definitely was now. After moderators reviewed the footage, Davscar was swiftly kicked from the tournament and banned from Twitch, but for only a week. He's still streaming today, but he's shifted his sights onto games other than Call of Duty. I guess he only had his aim lock set on that $75,000 prize pool. It's Timmy.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of smurfing? It's where high-ranked players create new accounts to play in low-rank lobbies in competitive mode. This helps a smurf dominate in ranked matches to make them look good on stream, boosting their fragile egos while ruining the experience for other players. Sadly, smurfing is a huge issue in most mass multiplayer online games, and pro players like It's Timmy aren't helping. The prominent streamer is a well-known, highly ranked player across multiple first-person shooter games, but he took his ace abilities a little too far when he tried to complete a marathon stream of a Smurf account in Valorant, where he attempted to grind his way from the lowest to the highest rank in the quickest time possible. But back in November 2021, Valorant started to take the smurfing issue seriously, something Timmy found out mid-stream.
seconds left.
Oh my god.
What? Hello? Hello?
On stream ban, bro.
He went on to explain he'd reached out to Riot's games developers who'd confirmed he'd been banned for smurfing. But his agency claimed he shouldn't be banned until after the run finished because marathoning like this was a gray area in the rulebook. An hour later, his account was back up and he began the grind again. So let me get this straight, Riot.
Okay.
It's not okay to smurf unless you're a big streamer pulling in big numbers, in which case you can do whatever you want. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that logic one bit. But what do
Okay.
you think about it? Let me know down in the comments. The good admin strikes back. When I say the good admin, I think most of you already know who I mean. Yep, we're pulling the spotlight back on to Camomo, the Rust admin who knows how to hilariously deal with cheaters causing havoc on his servers. Back at the end of 2021, Camomo caught a cheater who appeared to be using all the cheats in the book, including an ESP hack. In enclosed spaces, he'd senselessly spin around, clearly trying to locate other players through the walls of his base. Luckily, Camomo had just the thing to help teach this guy a valuable lesson: a landmine. And not one, but two.
How are you playing a server and there's a landmine behind you and you don't question it? Like,
That's hilarious.
But sometimes
That's
not even
hilarious.
2 landmines is enough to teach these cheaters a lesson, so Camomo had to roll out the welcome mat outside this guy's illegally made base,
Oh
which
my-
was made entirely of landmines.
Bro.
look down.
Honestly, I could watch Camomo deal with dingbats all day. If
Yeah.
you aren't subscribed to him already, be sure to check him out on YouTube.
Yeah,
and
guys, check him out.
Twitch. Oh, and don't even try to cheat in Rust.
Yeah.
Obviously. Sophia
Don't even try.
Slays Ramirez.
Don't even try
There are
to
a lot of
cheat.
subtle
Not
ways-
only Rust, in any games, don't even try to cheat, guys.
Today's gamers can cheat in mass multiplayer online games that don't directly involve them hacking, but they're considered cheats nonetheless. And professional Valorant player Sophia Slays Ramirez discovered this back in September 2021. Playing for pro team Polaris, Slays' account was suddenly suspended during the Valorant Champions Tour Game Changers North America Series 3 event.
Oh my god, what a long name.
And she was banned from all affiliated events for 3 months. Valorant's developer, Riot Games, accused her of boosting, also known as bussing, where she'd knowingly played alongside cheaters in a game to ride their advantages and boost her own scores. But Slays didn't like these allegations and set out on a social media tirade. She insisted that she'd never knowingly played with a cheater, and that someone in Riot Games' department must be targeting her unfairly. In response to this, Riot Games brought out the big guns and provided a statement that dissected her account mercilessly. Now, in Valorant, if someone is detected using cheats, the match is automatically terminated, and a big red screen ends the game, informing players that hacking has been detected. It's pretty hard to miss. In their statement, Riot revealed that on September 20th, 2021, Slays queued with an active cheater for 10 games, winning 8 of them. The cheater was banned for cheating during the second game, sending all players, including Slays, the red screen notification. Slays and the cheater then logged onto different accounts and played 8 more games. Also, in the 28 days prior, they noted that Slays had consistently queued and re-queued with the same cheater after receiving the red screen. And then, to hammer the final nails in the coffin, they revealed that 77% of her competitive matchmaking ranking came from games played in duo with an active cheater. And 60% of her competitive matches were played while duo queued with an active cheater. After being so thoroughly schooled, Polaris kicked her from the team. She nuked all her streaming and social media channels and went quiet. But then, 3 months later, she popped back up on Twitch and Twitter, apologizing for her toxic behavior and promising to do better. Well, what do you think? Does she deserve a second chance? Let me know your opinion.
Well, in my opinion, everyone deserves a second chance, but
Opinions down in the comments below.
yeah, you should give him everyone second chance.
Cody Miller.
And if they cheat again, then permaban, bro.
This next cheater,
Permanent
we have to
ban.
bring out the history books and rewind all the way back to August 2005. This is when speedrunning, the sport of completing a game or level in the fastest time possible, was just emerging. And it was then that a speedrunner known as Cody Miller claimed to have completed the game Halo 2 on the hardest difficulty setting possible, Legendary, in just 3 hours and 17 minutes without dying. Considering how early this was in speedrunning's history, it was a massively impressive feat that secured him a spot in the 2007 Guinness Book of World Records and gained him fame in the speedrunning community. So much so that in 2011 he was invited to an official Awesome Games Done Quick event to showcase his incredible speedrunning ability live on stream, and that's where his ruse fell apart. Despite supposedly setting the record, Cody repeatedly got lost. He didn't use key tactics and ended up having to lower the difficulty down.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah. Oh, boo, I hope people aren't disappointed.
Oh, but not once.
Not once.
Twice.
Bro.
Yeah, we need other people in the interest of time.
In the end, it took him 4 hours to complete the game at normal difficulty, more than twice the usual speedrun time expected for that difficulty setting. Cody was universally accused of faking his original 3-hour 17-minute run by stitching parts of multiple runs together to make him seem much better at the game than he actually was. While he never refuted the allegations made against him, his time was later unceremoniously scrubbed from the official speedrun leaderboards. Well, if he did splice it up, that'd make him less Master Chief and more Master Cheat. Connor Ace. We've established that performing live speedruns at a Games Done Quick event is a big deal in the speedrunning community. But Cody isn't the only one who's believed to have faked it till they made it there. Back in 2019, Connor Ace submitted a world record run of the game Cluster Truck to get into the Summer Games Done Quick 2019 event. This bumped another speedrunner, Ronan Pawn, out of attendance. However, at SGDQ, Connor's live run was about a minute over the estimated time. That doesn't sound like much, but it's steep in the world of speedrunning. More to that, Ronan Pawn noticed that despite claiming to have a world record run, Connor hadn't submitted it to official speedrun leaderboards, which he'd done with all of his previous world record runs. Eventually, he tracked down an unlisted run of Connor's that matched the world-beating submission time, which was uploaded during the 1-week submission time frame for the event. Now, in Cluster Truck, there's a tiny grappling hook glitch where a little icon shows in the middle of the screen. It rotates at a consistent speed throughout, and lag doesn't make a difference to it, so it spins consistently throughout a complete run. What Ronan Pawn found when he analyzed Connor's gameplay through was that this icon's rotation was out of sync at multiple points, and there was no logical explanation for it. It was obvious to him that Connor had spliced multiple parts of different runs together, and Ronan Pawn claimed this fake run was what he'd submitted to SGDQ. Connor publicly hit back at these allegations, admitting that, yes, the run was splice, but he'd never submitted it to SGDQ. In leaked conversations with other members of the community, though, he confirmed that this was, in fact, the run he'd submitted. With that being the case, the speedrunning community called for him to publicly list the run that he did submit to SGDQ, which he never did. As the controversy mounted, all of Connor's previous runs and records were rejected from the official Cluster Truck speedrun leaderboards, and he retired from Cluster Truck speedrunning altogether. Forget Cluster Truck. This whole sad saga is a cluster.
Captain America.
There's no question about it, Call of Duty has a serious cheater problem. And in August 2021, Activision went on a ban hammer spree, kicking as many as 500,000 cheaters off their servers. If they'd been quicker about it, they might have caught streamer AA America in their crosshairs. In January of the same year, this player took part in an official Twitch Rivals tournament and bagged a tasty $11,000 in prize winnings after coming in second place and winning the MVP title. But this high didn't last long. It was a few months later in May, a tweet thread from Warzone world record holder Sims pointed out multiple clips of A America acting sus.
In Moscow, he has everybody.
Acting sucks.
Alright. Bro, this guy does not see me A side and starts pre-firing. He looks to the right a little bit for no reason. Pre-fires. And then I peek.
Pre-firing and preparing for people he clearly knows are coming? Looks like A America had a few wall hacks on and was aiming at enemies through solid objects.
Don't tell me he's actually there. He actually did. He really did frame him. He followed him through the wall. No way! He really did!
Oof, that was lucky. Either that or he tracked back to get a guy he could have only known was coming by using wall hacks to spy on his location. Now, high-ranking players that use top-tier audio equipment can sometimes use the faint sound of footsteps to anticipate their opponent's location. But A America was no way near this level of play. To combat the allegations, during a live stream, he allowed someone to remotely access his PC via TeamViewer, trying to prove he had nothing to hide. As you're about to see...
Wait.
This was the dumbest move he could have made, because this investigator went rifling through his emails. Yep, and those are emails from A America to a company called Gator Cheats.
Okay.
A America actively looking to buy Call of Duty cheats. Not looking good. He initially claimed he was only inquiring to buy and didn't purchase anything. However, if we pause right here, can you see that? Yeah, that email search has picked up an email that reads, "Your Rival Cheats account has been created." Rival Cheats definitely sells Call of Duty hacks. This hole just keeps getting deeper. Ultimately, though, he never suffered any real consequences. His Twitch stream was taken down briefly, though A America claimed this was for unmoderated hateful content, not cheating. So he's still running around on the COD servers. And guess what? He's now a pro player for the Atlanta FaZe Clan. Of course, it's a FaZe clan. Why am I not surprised? Not sure why I'm not a big FaZe fan. But go take a look at the first part of this series, or my Influencers Caught Scamming People video, and you'll see why. The real Geo. When Call of Duty player Faunazen... The real Geo.
Okay.
When Call of Duty player Faunazen, I hope I'm saying that right, was streaming back in November 2021, she noticed a player whose gameplay didn't make much sense.
Wait, they weren't even looking at me and I died. This guy's cheating.
Yeah, bullets don't work like that in Call of Duty, unless you have a certain hack on, allowing you to hit enemies without aiming at them. Faunazen reported the player, called The Real Geo, and began spectating his streams to confirm her suspicions. But she wasn't the only one calling him a cheater. Someone else in his chat accused him specifically of using the magnetic bullets cheat, which is an option that can be found in engine owning. Ah, yes, that old chestnut. But the real Geo claimed he had no idea what engine owning was.
Hey, Siawan, welcome to the stream.
Claimed. Watch this.
Engine owning.
How are you, buddy? I hope I pronounced your name right, because English is not my first language. So, Siaban. See, I will call you C, okay?
Hey,
or
don't
bun.
click away so fast there, buddy.
Or if you want me to call you anything else, you can
that are coming
let
up
me know,
purple
okay?
because you've already visited the site. And let's pay particularly close attention to that all-important purple purchase section. Not sure I expected much from someone who literally Googled Google. I guess he was using his full mental capacity to
Googled
use both
Google.
hands to type. With that chronic self-own, he later fully admitted to using engine owning and swiftly removed himself from the internet. Nice work, Phonazen.
Bro, the cheaters,
Francesco
bro.
Codiani. Now for something a little bit different and a little less digital. Yu-Gi-Oh! The trading card game. Cheating in card game tournaments is almost as rampant as it is in video games. But you'd think these players would be smart enough not to cheat while their play is being live streamed to the world, right? Oh, how wrong you are. Back in March 2022, the Ludus Championship Series was streamed on Twitch, when viewers noticed that a round one player called Francesco Codiani was blatantly cheating repeatedly. Take a look at this.
The nose. Isn't it
Did you
kind
catch
of...
that? This is a sleight of hand trick known as a fake shuffle. While he appears to shuffle the cards, he actually picks a card he wants from the deck and places it on top, mixing only the cards underneath. But a little more obviously later on in the match, he pulls this stunt. Watch the cards in the deck he's holding and the ones on the table. While distracting his opponent, he just swapped two of them over. Did he somehow forget the game was being streamed to the rest of the world, Kenji style? While this poor opponent seemed oblivious, someone eventually alerted the judges, who kicked Codiani out and banned him from all future events. To his credit, in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, the talentless bad guys use cheats all the time. So I guess, canonically, that makes Codiani a certified second-rate villain. Another Gamers Caught Cheating installment complete. Can't wait to see this carefully edited and researched video ripped and uploaded onto some kid's TikTok, with some random boy pointing up to a Times Gamers Were Caught Cheating Part 47 overlay while looking shocked. Come on, guys. At least use and credit the owners of the original footage and not my edits. Maybe I should start a new series called TikTokers Caught Copying and bring up all the videos that do this and use the exact same script.
There are some gamers who are caught cheating.
I'm just kidding.
Bro.
Or am I? Well, until then, thanks for watching.
At least give them, you know, like, what was it? I forgot the, like the word, but yeah. At least show them the, whose clip you are using. Like, for my channel, it's Be Amazed, you know. So yeah. Thanks, Be Amazed. Gamer Code Part 5.
Can you tell if this was made by AI?
Bro.
Here's a question. What percentage of gamers do you think use
Part 5 is the last part because we already saw the Part 6.
cheats?
So yeah.
Now, really think about it. How many are using them to catch every Pokemon, spawn any Minecraft item?
Wait. I kind of feel like I already saw this one before too.
Or lock on to their enemies in Call of Duty. Maybe 25%, 30%?
Wait, let me see.
According to a survey from trainer software provider Plitch, a staggering 57% of gamers admitted to using cheats. Anonymously.
Looks
obviously.
like I saw this
Playing
one
with them
before too.
in mass
Wait,
cheat
my
for the sake of
fucking
clout has
internet,
gotten
bro.
out of control. But not
My internet, bro.
everyone gets away with it. With that, let's take a look at even more gamers who got caught cheating.
Oh my god.
Mingo style. Tommy Trewin is a veteran Call of Duty player who, since 2010, has been part of professional teams that have won more than 70 tournament matches.
Bro.
It's fair to say Tommy knows this game well. So, when he was pitted against Mingo Style in the quarterfinals of the 2v2 Warzone Checkmate Gaming Tournament back in 2020, who had a weirdly high kill to
Again? Bro.
death ratio of 5.2, Tommy was suspicious. He and his partner Almixand called Mingo Style's gameplay into question and asked him to set up a monitor cam so they could be sure he wasn't using cheats. Mingo Style obliged. But then, in a move of pure idiocy, he exposed himself. Asked him to set up a monitor cam so they could be sure he wasn't using cheats. Mingo Style obliged. But then, in a move of pure idiocy, he exposed himself for the world to see.
No, I didn't, mate. When did I say that?
Ah, no.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Let's run it back. Watch his monitor cam footage here.
Oh my fucking...
And there it is. We've covered it enough times in previous parts of this series to know that little gray pop-up box is our old pal Engine Owning. This is a cheat software that offers everything from aimbots, which allow players to lock onto their opponents, to wall hacks, giving them the unfair advantage of seeing through walls, terrain, and objects. Tommy's followers quickly alerted him to Mingo Style's slip-up, and Tommy rightfully crucified him. But Mingo Style had an excuse.
Yo, Ben, back out.
Bro, what the...
Okie dokie.
He put his sheets up. Everyone clip it quick.
Bro, I'm messing around. Get a grip.
No way. Getting banned.
Oh, mate. I'm around, mate. I've got a picture.
Just a picture that you decided in your infinite wisdom to flash up mid-tournament? Now that's some real smooth brain logic. But Mingo Style was adamant it was the truth, going as far as to claim it was just a picture on Twitter and that it was all just a joke. Unwilling to let the matter go, Tommy asked Mingo Style to send him the supposed picture he'd flashed up, and that's when Tommy buried him.
That image. Look at that. He said he's that image. He's not the smartest bloke. I told you cheaters are stupid as They are stupid as He said that image is that. He hasn't even got the same dimensions.
Dimensions. Man, I love the British. But accents aside, it was clear Mingo Style had sent a completely different picture. Checkmate Gaming ignored his lies and banned him, which streaming site Twitch also did shortly after. He stayed active on socials, though, eventually admitting to using cheats while pointing the finger at other potential cheaters, which gained him no attention whatsoever. If only he'd provided some proof they were cheating by using, I don't know, a picture?
A picture?
Mr. Slazy. The only thing more frustrating than seeing someone blatantly cheating is watching them stream themselves while blatantly cheating. You know, the ones I'm talking about. Usually Call of Duty streamers whose gameplay has red and yellow boxes around all their opponents. They know that with their chronic lack of talent, the only way to get noticed as a streamer is to openly use these hacks. Otherwise, no one would pay attention to them. That's what a Facebook gaming streamer by the name of Mr. Slazy, or Dad Shark Gaming, is all too happy to do. So sad. So very sad. Well, back in 2021, Mr. Slazy was running his usual gambit of streaming himself, ruining games for other people, just to boost his super fragile ego, when he took out the wrong player. It was someone many of you are probably familiar with. Vicstar123, or Vic for short. Part of the famous YouTube collective Sidemen. He was playing Call of Duty Warzone with a few pals when he noticed Mr. Slazy's godlike aim. And when the team looked him up, they all found his tiny streaming channel.
Is he streaming? He's actually streaming.
He is live.
Unbelievable.
And he's cheating, bro! He's got boxes around them!
You're kidding me. Tell me you're kidding.
Bro.
So, Vic decided to give him the attention he was so desperately craving by spectating Mr. Slazy's stream for his millions of subscribers to see.
It's up on my screen now. This is unreal. Yeah, this was I needs to
Again, no, bro.
This is
Bro.
unreal. Yeah, this was I needs to. That's it. It's done. It's done. It's done. Oh my. It's done. Oh my. This is what it's like.
Oh my god.
This is what we're going up against every lobby. Bro, he's not even trying to hide it. He's live and he's got his name in his thing.
How is this fun?
Bro, he's not even
What the?
trying to hide it. He's live and he's got his name in his thing.
How is this fun?
Vic and co. continued to mock Mr. Slazy, encouraging people in-game to report him while laughing at his terrible gameplay and calling out the game developer Activision for such a blatant lack of cheat control.
Dude shooting gophers out here. Oh my god.
This is disgusting.
Wait,
I actually feel sick. I actually feel sick.
Oh my god.
Bro.
This is disgusting.
Wait,
I actually feel sick. I actually feel sick. Activision, you have failed everyone. You have failed everyone that plays your game.
And then, finally, Mr. Slazy got exactly what he deserved.
Stay behind.
Oh my, and he still loses! He still loses!
Bro.
How?
I ain't got nothing, bro.
Unbelievable.
All those hacks and you still lose? What a sad little life, Mr. Sleazy. Sorry, Mr. Slazy. After being put on blast by Vic, Mr. Slazy soon nuked his Facebook gaming account. What? Was that too much attention? PYPYPK. It's not just mainstream games that people cheat on, as players of Crunker know all too well. This free-to-play game is a first-person shooter, like Call of Duty, but with a Roblox aesthetic. Baby's first-person shooter, if you
I
will.
also played this game
And it's
before.
not always adults who use cheats, as player and Twitch streamer PYPYPK proved all too well. Back in 2018, this kid had the bright idea to stream himself hacking Crunker with an aimbot and wall hacks to all of about 3 people.
All about 3 people.
With an aimbot and wall hacks to all of about 3 people.
Okay. Small streamer like us. But why using hack, bro?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, even with the hacks, he still wasn't very good.
Bro.
Which is something the small Crunker community soon picked up on. Footage of PYPYPK streaming his cheats was posted to Crunker's subreddit, where he was lambasted by the community. Eventually, someone hunted down his profile page and lobbied the game's mod team to ban him. It wasn't long before the account had the word hacker branded over it, and PYPYPK quickly disappeared from both Crunker and Twitch. Well, kid, maybe try this gaming thing again when you hit puberty. At least then you have hit something. Well, hopefully, even if you're as skillless as PYPYPK, you can still hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. All done? Great. Who have we got next? The Austin, U.S.
The Austin,
Back in
US,
2022, the Austin, U.S. decided to try his hand at streaming Call of Duty on Twitch. It's a very competitive scene, but his aim was impeccable, and his instinct regarding his opponent's locations was incredibly accurate. It was this godlike skill that got a few people interested, and not in a good way. It wasn't long before they accused him of cheating, and after enough people began calling him out, he was quick to confess to using an aimbot. But that wasn't the best part of catching him out. Several months before the accusations, the Austin, U.S. was mid-stream and apparently forgot that the world could see his setup. Either oblivious to the ramifications or just straight up dumb, he proceeded to stream himself visiting the cheat site Phantom Overlay. He went to log in, which filled in his details automatically, showing he already had an account with them, before exposing a neat little list of all his previous cheat orders, which totaled some €195, about $200. Most of these were for Call of Duty Vanguard, the game he was playing at the time. For Call of Duty
$200 just to buy cheats. Bro. He's fucking dumb, bro. He's dumb. If I had that money, I should have bought a new GPU, bro.
Vanguard, the game he was playing at the time. Certainly explains that 4.8 kill to death ratio. But really, why would you waste that much money on cheats?
Yeah.
If you want to beat someone that badly, why not use that money to buy an easier game that even kids can play? Might I suggest
Yep.
Crunker? Flowbee.
Flowbee.
Random seed Minecraft speedrunning is a very particular type of speedrunning. Unlike most games, which require muscle memory and refined techniques to get a good time, random seed Minecraft runs require sound logic and an acute mathematical ability, because the map you spawn into is different every time. These are what's known as blind runs, and back in 2021, speedrunner Flowbee, or Toxic Flow, who'd been speedrunning Minecraft for a few months, suddenly uploaded a video of a blind run with a time of 11 minutes 37 seconds. At the time, this placed Flowbee's run in the top 10 fastest of all time.
I thought it's a she. I thought he's a she and she's a YouTuber. I mean, like us, like me, YouTuber, but she's a he. And okay, it's not. He's not a YouTuber, I guess.
Oh my god. Let's go.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm shaking.
Less than 2 months later, they uploaded 3 runs that were all under 15 minutes, which is pretty wild for someone as new to speedrunning as Flowbee was. This caught the attention of several Minecraft veterans, one of which, 11D Billion, broke down each of Flowbee's runs and came to one damning conclusion. They had to be cheating. Why? Because Flowbee's luck was either off the scale or they already knew the locations of several key elements across the map and were working to a predetermined plan over a landscape they knew, not a random map. For example, at this point in the run, any speedrunner worth their salt would...
Stuck again.
For example, at this point...
Bro, my internet... Oh my god. I told my provider to fix it really quick, like almost now it's 3 days and still...
Point in the run, any speedrunner worth their salt would be looking around for a fortress. But Flowbee makes a beeline in a random direction without looking around or behind them even once. Here, lava housing can be seen, which takes precious time to get rid of. Most speedrunners would have just reset the game at this point, but Flowbee persevered. Because, as 11D Billion pointed out, Flowbee wasn't improvising. He was working to a plan for a map he'd already run several times. But that wasn't the only way he was caught out. When you reset in Minecraft, you have to select several options to create your new world. To speed this process up, a macro was built that sped through the process, and the click sound effects it generates are compressed into this. Short but distinctive. However, veteran Minecraft player Ninja Brain noticed the same macro Flowbee used on their run sounded like this. That's 2 extra clicks, but the macro worked the same. Ninja Brain realized the clicks could only have occurred if Flowbee's macro included 2 extra steps, selecting more world options, then pasting in a specific seed. They then removed the selection showing the more world options screen to make the seed look random, even though it was one they knew and had practiced. Their mistake was leaving in those 2 extra clicks. They later apologized to the community and revealed that all but one of their recent runs had been faked. After that, they deleted their YouTube channel, changed all their socials, and disappeared. Well, with analysts as thorough as Ninja Brain and 11D Billion, I pity anyone else who thinks about trying to get away with cheating on a Minecraft speedrun.
Bro.
Shiv GTK. To prove they're not cheating, some streamers will set up a monitor cam so that their audience can see their setup and check that there isn't another hidden screen that they're using with the cheats on. This is exactly what popular Call of Duty player Shiv GTK did when he competed in a 2021 Vanguard tournament with a $7,000 prize pool. Both his monitors looked clean, with no obvious hacking menus or red boxes to be seen.
Yep.
But when his team went on to beat professional esports team Optic, everyone began to look at the monitor cam a little more carefully. As they picked apart some suspicious gameplay where Shiv was setting a bomb, they noticed that on the monitor cam, an incredibly tiny white dot could be seen shooting across the screen.
I'm playing this.
I knew what. I mean,
Did you see
white dot.
Hang on, let me zoom in. Right about here. Did you see that? Well, that white dot just so happens to coincide with an enemy player appearing around the corner. That's a wall hack. One with the settings altered so that the enemy locations are barely visible to the monitor cam, but a wall hack nonetheless. Shiv was swiftly disqualified from the tournament, but he didn't take his punishment well. Instead of silently deleting all his social media and streaming profiles, like any other exposed cheater, Shiv set one last bomb before disappearing. He sent out a tweet naming a long list of other players who he claimed had been cheating too.
Bro.
Talk about going full scorched earth. Causeway. Now, I need your help with this next one because I can't tell if it's a setup or just plain stupid. An anonymous viewer sent me a clip of an unnamed Twitch streamer who had his Discord chat application opened. Nicknamed Cause, the Discord user is chatting to DaBaby. Seems legit. While his desktop boasts a couple of questionable apps, including the aptly named Cheat Engine and Weemon.
Okay.
These are well-known hacklocations, if you will, with each one enabling users to install mods and cheats for different games. And in this Discord call, Cause sends DaBaby a Weemod file before heading into a game of NBA 2K21. DaBaby is also streaming NBA 2K21, so it appears both of them are using or planning to use Weemod to access cheats in a game. A little look at the game Cause is playing brings up a character called twitch.tv/Causeway. Surely this guy isn't dumb enough to have streamed himself sharing cheats with someone else who was also streaming himself receiving those same cheats? If so, is this really the streamer Causeway or someone trying to set him up? Because this is a level of dumb that's so dumb, it's a little difficult to comprehend. Well, Causeway's Twitch channel does boast a few videos where he claims he was permanently banned from the game Roblox. It's not a good look, but that's not exactly incriminating. So what do you think? Is this streamer actually Causeway, or was someone setting him up? Let me know down in the comments below. Xhade. Back in 2021, India's The Esports Club Invitational welcomed teams to play Valorant.
Didn't find any threads. Essential. Bro, why are you? What the?
For a prize pool of 300,000 rupees, some $4,000 at the time. It attracted teams from all over the nation, with more than 6,000 fans watching the stream at its peak. However, after the first round of quarterfinals, a hammer was brought down on Team Paratroopers. One of their players, Xhade, had suddenly received a permanent ban from Valorant.
Confessing to using hacks while playing Valorant.
Permanent ban, boys. Permanent. I mean, esports side से. TC वालों ने ऐसे बोल दिया कि अब नहीं खेल सकता. कल उनका like post आने वाला है.
Initially, Xhade claimed this must have been a mistake, that it must just be a glitch. Fans supported him. His team reached out to Valorant's developer Riot Games for clarification, and Paratroopers were allowed to continue competing in the tournament with a substitute. Although, they lost their very next match. Talk about foreshadowing. Xhade continued to deny all cheating allegations, but then on a streamed Discord call with the Paratroopers team lead, Binks, he said this.
डिफेंस बता दे सबसे नहीं डिफेंस नहीं कर रहा मैं कन्फेस कर रहा हूँ ठीक है सबसे पहले जिसको लाइक ठीक है पहले मेरी बात सुन लो अच्छे से कि हाँ मैंने लाइक देख मैं इसलिए छुपा रहा था वो चीज़ मैंने एक दिन के लिए 3 मैचेस के लिए किया था बट मैं इसलिए छुपा रहा था क्योंकि ये 3 मैचेस की वजह से लाइक कोई अगर बोले
So he hadn't been using hacks in the tournament, but he had been using them before because he desperately wanted to get to a higher level in game. Not exactly the endearing defense he seems to think it is. It wasn't long before Riot Games released a statement revealing Xhade had been using prohibited third-party software, a fancy way of saying cheats, which they'd detected, and so had banned his account permanently. With the confession and the permaban, Xhade deleted his YouTube account and disappeared. For just a month. Despite the ban, he was back playing on a new account and for a new team soon after. Well, I guess once a cheater, always a cheater.
Yeah, you know everyone deserve a second chance, but
Jamar
if you misuse your second chance, then yeah, you can leave.
You don't need thousands of followers to expose cheaters these days. All you really need is a streaming account of your own, a little patience, and the hope that eventually the cheater you're spectating will slip up, which is exactly what Poet TTV, or Sage Poet, managed to do. He was streaming himself to a small audience as he spectated a Minecraft Hypixel streamer called Jamar from afar, and another streamer called H without S. He figured they were probably using cheats, and so sat in wait trying to catch one of them in the act. And as he was, something sketchy flashed up on the left, right in the middle of Jamar from afar's screen.
Hacking ESP and all. And then he timed me over half an hour because...
Did you see that? Computer, rewind and enhance. Ah yes, a Minecraft cheat software menu with player ESP, aka wall hacks, selected while in a public server. Well, Jamar from afar's account on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok appeared to be linked to another account called Tech Panda Gaming. Now, Tech Panda seems to be banned on Twitch, but Tech Panda Gaming's YouTube account is still live. It hosts videos with long, rambling descriptions where they claim they're banned from playing in certain Minecraft servers like Hypixel, and that the anti-cheat is broken. Clearly not as broken as you seem to think, my banned for cheating friend.
Okay.
Mecharazium. The more speedrunning I watch, the more respect I have for it. It takes hundreds, sometimes thousands of hours to memorize an entire game and get the button presses and timings just right, all to complete it in the fastest time possible. Events like Games Done Quick showcase some of the best players in their game categories, inviting them to show off their skills in front of huge live and online audiences. It's a lot of pressure for speedrunners, which some just can't handle. Speedrunner Mecharazium, for example, was invited to the 2022 Summer Games Done Quick event, speedrunning Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance remotely. The run itself seemed legitimate, but after a charity donation goal was met, he asked to play through the game's Blade Wolf DLC as well. But that's when Mecharazium raised some red flags.
It's actually pretty hard to get past this grab because he has an eyes on his leg.
Did you notice anything wrong with that clip? No. Now let's rewind and take a look at what he's doing with his hands here. So he's playing on a PC with his mouse in his right hand. If that's so, how does his avatar move around, a mouse-controlled action, while his right hand is in the air? Well, he claims he moved the mouse with his left hand. That's one heck of an odd choice, especially at a timed event. Spectators also noticed an audible lack of keyboard noises in the Blade Wolf segment. So, when he broke the record for the run by a whole 25 seconds, not everyone was convinced it was legit. Then in July, he came clean to one of SGDQ's enforcement heads. As they suspected, the run had been pre-recorded and spliced to perfection. It was an ideal run, just not one he'd performed live, having switched out the save files after he'd finished the main run. But he didn't hide behind any lame excuses. He apologized profusely, acknowledged that he'd acted selfishly, and said he didn't want the run considered for any leaderboards as it would be unfair to the rest of the community. Games Done Quick banned him from attending any future events and scrubbed his records from their YouTube archive. Well, ironically, it looks like this one's going to take time to move on from. Nadia. When it comes to being accused of cheating, no one has more fingers pointed at him than Call of Duty Warzone player and streamer Nadia. She began streaming back in January 2021, and her Warzone gameplay attracted an audience of over 900,000 Twitch followers. But as her fans grew in number, so did the people who doubted her skill, and they began to pick apart every second of her gameplay. It seems like every guy with facial hair and access to the Fortnite font has made a video about the undeniable proof they have about Nadia cheating, lying, or being exposed. Some are creepily obsessed. But they have picked up on some questionable clips, like here.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
split second
shooting a wall
fire,
in the
you know.
same place someone is standing behind is pretty sus. It could indicate that she's using wall hacks. However, others have pointed out that an ammo crate was dropped from that direction. So she heard someone there, she just didn't know where. That's reasonable. But what about here, where she was shadow banned, a protocol Activision enacts when it suspects a player of cheating and places them in special lobbies that are full of other suspected cheaters.
Yeah, I'm shadow banned.
Hacker hunters were quick to claim this was more undeniable proof she was cheating. However, others argued that she'd been playing from a few different locations in the days prior, mimicking the effects of a VPN, which might have triggered the ban. Whatever the case, she was unshadow banned by the developers Activision shortly after. Another point, at a live Call of Duty event, she was apparently kicked out for cheating while on stream. But the footage supposedly showing her being kicked out by the mods for cheating shows she was actually just having tech issues and needed help. They weren't asking her to leave.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Alright, Tim, I'll be right back. I'm in trouble.
Some have gone one step further, like Rara, who released leaked messages supposedly from Nadia to some unknown person, claiming she had someone unlock camo skins for her guns on her account. Anyone who watched part 4 of this series might remember that's the same excuse Vanguard's #2 player Plexify used after he was caught wall hacking. The two elements are linked, that's for sure, but without wall hacks slipping through onto Nadia's stream, it's not conclusive. And a lot of others seem to agree. Renowned streamer and gamer XQC reviewed some of these clips and determined,
Guys, if you're gonna tell people are cheating, okay, do it the right way. Okay, I think these clips are just they're just.
the accusations are endless, and all supposed proof of her cheating is far from airtight. This would be enough to chase almost anyone off, but not Nadia. Far from airtight. This would be enough to chase almost anyone off, but not Nadia. Instead, she's cleverly leaned right into it, uploading videos titled "I'm banned from Warzone" and "I got kicked out for cheating." She constantly alludes to cheating, never giving in to offered PC scans, posting fake confessions layered in sarcasm, and the hacker hunters have lapped it up, fueling her growth and theirs. Many hacker hunter channels' most popular and profitable videos revolve around Nadia. So, everyone wins. If these channels really wanted to take her down, they'd just stop making videos about her every moment, wait for a real slip-up, and then go for her. But then, what would they make content about? Classic catch-22 there. So, until we see wall hacks on her stream or she receives a permanent ban from Activision, Nadia will be busy making everyone money. But do you think Nadia is cheating? Well, let me know down in the comments below. Exonis. Cheating for clout is one thing, but cheating to get your hands on prize money is another level of low. One that Turkish player and professional Twitch streamer Exonis was willing to sink to back in December 2022. Competing in Call of Duty Warzone World Classic with a $100,000 prize pool up for grabs, suspicions about Exanes were raised a few days before the event took place. He appeared to be aiming at opponents through walls, a telltale sign he probably had a wall hack active. During the tournament, viewers asked him to address these cheating allegations by proving he didn't have a secret monitor displaying all these hacks. Getting cocky, he opened up his display settings to prove he was only using 2 monitors, but a third was detected in his setup. He tried to explain it as a glitch, and so set up a monitor camera, which is where it all came crumbling down. During the tournament, he moved one of his monitors when an unusual-looking menu popped up.
Brother, check that. Ongelooflijk. Anywhere. Cheats. Hij laat cheats zien.
Initially, he tried to claim it was a display menu. Better excuse than pretending he'd flashed a picture, that's for sure. But the court of public opinion swiftly decided it was more likely cheat software. Activision was lambasted for not thoroughly vetting the player, and Exanes guiltily deleted all his social media and streaming accounts. Oh, how tragic. Alexa, play Another One Bites the Dust. Know any more gamers who've been caught cheating that you didn't see in this video or in the other videos in this series? Let me know down below. And as always, thanks for watching.
Okay, let's go guys. It was fun. It was fun.